What's going on, guys? I told you I'm going to start a vlog and about my progress on this physique show and basically all about my life, what goes through that. One of the questions that I get asked most is, what do I eat? How do I train? How do I have any time in my schedule? So I wanted to go ahead and start doing this for y'all. So if y'all like it, go ahead and hit that like button right now. And I'm on my way to go pick up my supplements at my apartment gym, or not gym, at my apartment delivery room, I guess is what you call it. And so I'm gonna grab those and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, picked up my package. I got it huge boxes because I ordered a ton of stuff. I'm going to show y'all everything that I got right now. Down here. So I went ahead and I got two of these giant selects from PE Science. Then I've got a couple high volume, the raspberry lemonade flavors, the best flavor if you guys are wondering. A couple amino 4s, BCAAs. These are watermelon flavored, and then we have another raspberry lemonade prolific. Difference between these two, this one has stimulant in it, so it has caffeine in it, and then this one does not, it's just a pump agent. So put a couple samples in here. Cool, so I got a snickerdoodle and a select protein bar that is going to be white chocolate. Making dinner right now, I'm making like a taco bowl. It's going to have a serving of rice, about 300 plus grams of taco meat, and then some picante sauce, sour cream, and tomatillo sauce as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this eaten. Alright guys, just finished dinner. I had that taco bowl, which was amazing. Then after that, I had a few more calories for some ice cream. I had about half a cup of that, which isn't as much. I kind of look a little pitiful with my scale out, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And then I also had a rice cake with peanut butter and jelly on it, and Dan Light and Fit Greek yogurt, which is real good calorie saver. Tomorrow I'm going to the Texas State Clinic put on by the NSCA. And essentially what that is it's basically for personal trainers to get their continued education, and a bunch of these people are gonna come in and they're gonna speak on different things. And I'm going to bring you all to that. I'm going to give you all my thoughts afterwards so that you guys can kind of almost be there. But ultimately, I'm going to get some rest right now. Get up early in the morning, go to that conference until like 5 o'clock, and then hit a leg day tomorrow. So, woo, leg day. But I guess I'll see you all then. What's going on, guys? I'm on my way over to that Texas State Clinic right now, riding my skateboard over there, and had to make a lot of stuff for breakfast. So breakfast I ended up just eating a cup of cereal and a cup of almond milk as well. But I'll keep heading on over there. It's just like right around the corner, a block away, and I'll see y'all when I get there.
What's going on?
Caps.
Caps?
It's gonna be with the C.
With the C? Oh, the C.
Y'all just got out of the clinic, and it was absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, I completely forgot that I was supposed to be vlogging, so I went ahead and took my pre-workout, and now I'm heading into the gym and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a leg workout, and I'll be right back with y'all. What's up, guys? Welcome to the voiceover portion of this video. I just wanted to go ahead and show you all my workout that I did this day. Today I did the legs, starting out with some heavy-ish squats today. I wasn't feeling particularly strong, especially at this weight. Weight wasn't moving as well as I wanted to, and I wasn't quite getting to the technique that I wanted to. So eventually I ended up dropping the weight. I just took 50 pounds off and just really wanted to hyper focus on technique, just to make sure that I get locked in and I stay injury free. So you'll see that here, where I'm down to 315 from 365. And honestly, the weight moves a lot faster. Everything was a lot more explosive. I was feeling it more in my quads and my glutes, all of it. Then I ended up dropping down to 225 here and did a tempo set with a 3-second pause down at the very bottom. In case y'all haven't noticed, the video sped up 2 times, so that pause felt like forever whenever I was underneath that weight. But basically, this just emphasizes your technique. Make sure you're not weak in any portion of the range there. Then I tried this new technique that I learned at the Texas State Clinic, and basically it's just you do as many squats as possible in 7 seconds, and it works on explosiveness and overall power because you're actually pulling down into that squat as well. Right after that, I did some hip thrusts here where I'm really focusing on contracting those glutes, pushing through my toes, not my heels, and getting into that posterior pelvic tilt. And I also hold it for about 3 seconds up at the top there. Basically, glutes are one of the most important muscle groups for overall explosiveness and just looking good because it makes your waist look smaller. Right here we have some single leg glute bridges. It allows for your glutes to get stretched a little bit more, and I like to throw those in as a superset just because it overloads the glutes really well. You get to work on them singly so that you make sure that you don't have any imbalances there. So right after this we have our Bulgarian split squats. And y'all will see that these are very challenging, but one of the best things about them is it puts you into a perfect squat form almost every single time, just because it forces those hips to get driven backwards. And then you see me superset this here with these Bulgarian split squat jumps, and these are quite challenging. If y'all get the opportunity to try them, I highly recommend them. That's enough I have to say about that. They sucked. Then I did these 1.5 reps, but I did a 3-second pause up at the top. So I basically go all the way up, hold for 3 seconds, down halfway, back up, and then all the way down. You do these with really lightweight, really focus on contracting those quads. I focus on taking my knee joint and trying to shove it through the bench, and that really gets me to contract my quads. And then after that, I did these crab walk or spider walk in a squat. This is just focusing on time under tension, just trying to get it so that my quads are burning, just trying to keep the blood in there. Right after this, we have lying leg curls, hamstring curls, however you want to call them. And these are done with that 1.5 technique with a 3-second pause up at the very top of the rep. And one thing you want to focus on whenever you're doing this is just push your hips into the pad, contract your abs. Otherwise, you're going to start using a lot of your lower back. You're even seeing me use it a little bit here. But the next day, your lower back will be really sore, and we really want to target those hamstrings instead. Now you see me doing these sitting calf raises, and you'll see me shove my thumb into the back of my calf. And that's just because I get some pretty intense cramps going on back there, and that seems to help it. Plus, it helps me focus on that muscle group. But I wasn't getting all the way up there because over here, this is where I really wanted to get that height and get that full contraction on the gastrocnemius there. And at the end, you'll even see me do a pause up at the very top and just hold it there for a while, just to hold that contraction. Right there, you'll be able to see it. Those will burn. This is an ab progression that I did at the very end. It's just hollow rocks with a med ball. Whatever you can do, start at that level. So if you can't do these, you'll start at the next level. You'll see me drop the ball over my chest here. And that is just a slightly easier method. And then I end up setting the ball down. Each time these are basically like drop sets. Then you get the leg lifts, keeping your back on the ground the entire time, moving to single leg lifts, keeping your back on the ground the entire time. And then after that, I did my calisthenics exercise. I always like to do one of these at the end. just because it works on your core stabilization, it's overall body control. Just makes you more of an athlete, in my opinion, because you know how to balance in different ways. Or if you were to do like a backflip, you've got body control, or if you were to do a plunge or something like that. And then after this, you see one of the most messed up exercises I ever see. Whenever you guys do this, make sure you pause up at the top, and that's what's going to get you that really good ab contraction. Because if you don't, then it's going to hurt you. But that's about it for this, and y'all enjoy the rest of this video. What's going on, guys? Just finished my leg workout, and good gosh, my legs are shaking for the first time in a long time. Afterwards, I literally had to squat down and just take a minute, which hasn't happened to me in a long time, y'all. So that absolutely killed that leg workout. I'm gonna get home, actually eat something, which would be nice. During the conference, I wanted to let y'all know that I ate a few egg whites and toast, and then I also had this kale salad with this really, really awesome pomegranate vinaigrette. I'll show y'all later. And then also a bunch of chicken, about 250 grams of chicken. This lemon pepper chicken that I get at my grocery store. It's pre-prepared, or pre-seasoned, I should say. And it was absolutely awesome. But I'll see you when I get back to my apartment and start prepping food. Alright, y'all, I just realized I have to go up the stairs. This is not pleasant at all. I have this thing where I don't like taking the elevator unless I'm doing a load of versions, per se. But this does not feel good right now. This is like a post-workout thing. But thankfully I'm going to go for so that's beneficial. But not sure. I did all that. So you have to share my misery. Alright, y'all, so we're back here at the apartment. It's been a while since I've talked to y'all, so I've already made some dinner, probably a couple other snacks as well. But I want to talk to y'all about that Texas State Clinic and exactly what it was. So basically, we had a bunch of guest speakers that came in and they talked about things like triphasic training, more about dynamic warm-ups, things like that. I got to pull a lot of it away, and you get to see that a lot in my workout that you just saw. A lot of explosiveness. My warm-up, which you didn't get to see, was significantly different. I felt the difference. But honestly, the thing that I pulled away from it the most is that warm-up is so incredibly important, and it just reminded me of my training that I got to do at Michael Johnson Performance whenever I was younger. But it was absolutely incredible, a great experience. If you ever get the opportunity to go to it, I would. I've also been making all those pre-programs that I offered on my Instagram, and so I think there's a total of 17 now. I've knocked about 3 out today, so that was about 6 hours. Each one takes me about 2-ish hours. Some take a little bit less, some take a little bit more, but they're starting to move a little bit faster, which I'm enjoying, and I'm really hoping that you guys are enjoying them and that they're looking professional. They're absolutely incredible and everything that you hope for, and if not, I want to hear about it because I really value you guys' opinion. I want to know how I can get better so that for the next time that I can really make sure that we dial in and get you the perfect program. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hit the hay, and I'll see y'all in the morning. Peace. My footage got deleted from earlier whenever I started talking about supplements, so I just wanted to go over it again. That's why it's later at night. I'm trying to get this vlog out for y'all. So ultimately, there's some questions that I wanted to address when it comes to supplements. Is should I be taking supplements? What are they for? When should I use them? What should I be looking out for? What companies should I be looking at? And ultimately, I mean, a lot of it comes down to your personal preference, but I'm going to give you my opinion on all of these. So ultimately, for supplements, I think it comes down to nutrient timing is your biggest friend whenever it comes to supplements, because you could eat all of these nutrients and it would be healthier for you than these extracts. But the only problem with that is that to get the ingredients that you get out of these supplements, you'd have to eat a fairly decent amount, which is going to make you feel bloated ahead of time. Plus, you're going to have a massive variety of food, some of which you may not like. And so whenever it comes to these nutrients that you need or would that help enhance your performance, supplements are kind of the way to go. And they're not necessary to be able to get progress, but they definitely do speed that process up a lot. For example, if I have an extra boost of protein in my system right after a workout, I'm going to get more muscle protein synthesis. I'm going to be able to rebuild faster, recover faster, which means I can work out harder, which means that I get to tear my muscle down, which means I get to recover faster. And that's ultimately the name of the game, is how fast can we recover, with not only how much we can break down, but how fast we can recover. And that's what most of these are for. Any of these pre-workouts, you have to look for some of their active ingredients. So whenever you're looking at beta-alanine, beta-alanine anhydrous, taurine, L-leucine, all of these different things, you're not just looking for a caffeine in a pre-workout. You're looking for something that's going to increase your muscular endurance. You're looking for something that's going to increase your focus, something that's going to help you lose some fat, maybe some hormone regulation, some that's going to help you in your recovery process. You could get that all in a pre-workout. Then you start talking about things like aminos here, and those I wouldn't recommend for everybody, but whenever you start getting down to really, really low body fat and you're trying to cut down, it starts to become essential, because you aren't getting a massive amount of calories in your diet. So you want to be able to remain anabolic and still building up muscle, and you don't want that muscle to get torn down. These aminos really, really help out with that. Another one that I really, really want to address is creatine. A lot of people, they have a negative view on creatine. My roommate, who works out all the time, still refuses to use creatine, just because of all this bad rap about it you're giving you kidney stones, helping you put on water weight. Honestly, guys, we've studied this for 60, 70 years, and they still can't prove that creatine's bad, and they can prove that it's great for you. Creatine's produced naturally in our body, in our liver, and so why not supplement it in? You just have to make sure that you get a very, very good form of it. That's why I use Creapure creatine. That's the style of creatine. It's not this specific brand. The brand that I use is Muscle Feast. But that's just because they're ridiculously cheap. But honestly, it's true. Creatine is ridiculously cheap. It's designed for muscular endurance. It's one of our energy systems in our body, our creatine phosphate system. Whenever our ATP energy reserves get depleted, which happens in probably about 3 to 5 seconds, that creatine phosphate system takes over, and you start using that to be able to replenish ATP for your muscles to continue to contract. And so if we have more of it, we can store up more ATP, we can generate more force, and we can work out for more, and we can reduce muscular fatigue, we can improve recovery. To me, it's a no-brainer, and I'd highly, highly recommend it. And another really good one that everybody probably knows about is your post-workout, which is usually consisted of some sort of whey protein and maybe a few other amino acids. This one that I have also has a casein protein in it, which is a slow-dissolving protein. So whey protein is going to get in there, and it's going to give you that protein really, really fast. And casein protein is going to be more of a slow-dissolving throughout the day, or even throughout the night. So that while your muscles are still trying to rebuild, you have a constant stream of protein that's coming in. But ultimately, guys, you don't need supplements to be able to see progress. You don't need supplements to get to the level of physique that you're trying to attempt. But it helps. It speeds the whole process up, and it makes everything maybe a little bit easier. It gives you a lot of energy, because let's be honest, whenever you do put caffeine in your system, you get that little kick, and you drink your pre-workout, it's kind of hard to not go to the gym, because you just want to go do something. And on those days that I really don't want to go to the gym, those are 2 scoop pre-workout days. Whenever you start up in that caffeine, you're like, okay, I gotta go lift some weight. But ultimately, guys, do your research. You want to make sure that your company is reputable. Go find those third-party sites that test these things out, because these supplements aren't necessarily regulated by the FDA, which means that they can put whatever they want on that label, and they don't have to put it in that bottle. And so you want to find these companies that are reputable, that actually have results. So don't just go to your local GNC or even Walmart and pick up the cheapest bottle of whatever you can, because most of that's going to be absolute garbage. It's just going to be filled with a really, really cheap thing that they can put in there, because the actual expensive ingredients that you need, they're going to skimp out on to make a profit. And I mean, that's a business. That's what they're supposed to do. But recognize quality whenever you see it. So if I were to narrow it down to a few things, is you don't need supplements. It speeds up your progress. If you do use supplements, know why you're using them, what your ingredients are, go out and do your research. And overall, just be smart about it. Understand these companies and understand that they are trying to make money off of you. Make sure that they're reputable. I recommend PE Science. I'm not sponsored by them personally, but I know they're really good. But there's also a bunch of other plenty of other good companies out there. I know Ghost has a really good line. Even Athlean-X, even some Dynamex or Optimum Nutrition, things like that. I don't know. There's a bunch of different ones out there that are reputable. Just do your homework, guys. But that's gonna be about it for this vlog. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I've rambled on for long enough now. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments. If y'all have any questions over the entire video, why I did anything in my leg workout, if you've got anything, hit me up down in the comments. I'll be replying down there. Let me know also what you want to see in future videos, and I'll make sure to address it. I'll read those comments and I'll reply to you down there. And if it's a good question, we'll make a video out of it. But appreciate you guys a lot, and I'll see y'all in the next video.